Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's video essay. This week I thought we'd tackle some music, and specifically, I'm talking about lo-fi hip-hop. Let's first talk about what lo-fi hip-hop is, okay? In the past few months, as long as you don't live under a rock like the caveman from that Geico commercial, you'll notice a lot of lo-fi hip-hop live stream channels that pop up out of nowhere on YouTube. Now, I mean, they dwindled a little bit since then, but lo-fi hip-hop as a genre, as a vibe. But the thing is that when you look it up, outside of YouTube, it doesn't exist. And I don't mean that to say some, Twilight Zone type shit, but I mean that it truly doesn't exist. If you look it up on Spotify, look it up on iTunes, anything that has a genre, it doesn't exist as a preset genre. So that kind of got me thinking about, what it is and what makes lo-fi hip-hop. So first, to break that down, let's look at lo-fi, which is the type of genre, which would stand for low fidelity, right? Which is the practice of making music sound as if it's recorded on something of lesser equipment, right? So instead of making it sound like it's nowadays 21st century super high tech, you'd give it the authenticity sound of being recorded on a cassette tape or different things like that. And often you'll see in lo-fi hip hop the concept of, you'd hear the running of like a cassette tape, or maybe an 8-track, or even going back as far as like a record skip, just to like add to that sort of vibe of this is purposely recorded to sound lower than what it's at in terms of frequency. So that got me thinking about lo-fi hip-hop. And now, to look at lo-fi hip-hop, we gotta break down this awesome thing called boom bap. If you don't know what boom bap is, well, I for sure as hell didn't when I started recording this video. Boom bap is what lo-fi hip-hop was birthed from, basically. So boom bap was termed by KRS-One, but essentially boom bap is the term for the kick and the snare that you'd hear in more of old school music, right? So the boom being the kick and the snare being the bap. And I thought that was really interesting to go over. So now let's kind of talk about the main purpose of this video right now, and that's what makes lo-fi hip-hop so popular. And now that we know a little bit more about it, let's talk about it, let's dissect it. For me personally, I absolutely love lo-fi hip-hop. It's the exact opposite of what's popular nowadays. And I'm not saying that because like, oh, you gotta be edgy 2002, just go against the norm to go against the norm. I mean, look at trap music, right? These two things are exact opposites, right? Trap music is loud, it's in your face, it's a constant repetitive beat. Lo-fi hip-hop can be repetitive, but it's a very calm, very mellow, don't even think about stuff, life is all good, like just get lost in your thoughts kind of music. People got sick of hearing the Future and the Lil Yachty and all these mumble rappers, right, that came about the woodworks and somehow became popular. So I don't know, I mean, I know that this is a little bit shorter of a video, but I think music as a whole is super important, and I'm for sure going to do some videos on breaking down a few different types of music. And like I said, I'm going to do one for music as a whole, so I'm not going to get like overly specific, but I for sure wanted to do one on lo-fi hip-hop because the genre itself doesn't exist, which I think is the thing that makes it so awesome. But let me know in the comments below, what your favorite type of music is, what you like listening to, what your thoughts are on lo-fi hip-hop, if it should be like considered now a full-fledged genre and have, stuff on Pandora, on Spotify, on iTunes, because I finally have some free time. I'm going to go ahead and upload a couple of videos this week instead of just the one, especially because this lo-fi hip-hop one is so short compared to some of my other stuff. I have a really good, I think the next one I'm gonna do is probably gonna be a Rick and Morty one, where I know, hopping on the train of Rick and Morty, but it's not what you think. It's not to bitch about the show, it's to touch on some really cool aspects that I think people are gonna really enjoy, at least I am, to just kind of talk about. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you all have a good rest of your day.